Hey insiders, what's up? Welcome back to another video on this channel, and today I'm going to tell you a few things I wish I knew before starting with wildlife photography. It has been more than a decade I have been into this profession, and when I see people of whatever age starting their journey into wildlife, I absolutely love it. Now this video is for all of you who are all set to take their baby steps into the forests. Let's get started. Big lenses won't make you successful photographers. Now you must have experienced that moment where you go inside the jungle with your little hard-earned gear and see people carrying 400s or a 600 or some huge telephoto like an 800. Worse, they're carrying multiple cameras and lenses, monitors, microphones, huge tripods, etc., etc. And then you think, these are the professionals. Nothing like that. Investing in an expensive gear or carrying a 5-kilo lens around doesn't mean that that person has that kind of a skill. The skill has to be worked on. A guy who knows the deal can create beautiful images out of an 80,000 rupee basic lens. And if the person has no knowledge, he or she can capture very unimpressive looking images from an expensive lens like a 400 or a 600 as well. Keeper rate is very low in wildlife photography. Now here is something you need to know. A single trip in the jungle doesn't mean you are going to come back with so many beautiful shots. No jungle guarantees wildlife sightings for one. Secondly, even if you see wildlife, that doesn't mean that it's going to be in the good light or in the ideal conditions for photography. There can be situations where you see the animals but they are behind the bushes or the trees. They say good photographers know how to click good photos in all situations. I strongly disagree. I believe a good photographer knows when to click the photo and when not to pick up the camera. A good photographer knows his subjects, the surroundings, the lighting and everything happening behind getting him that one good image. And since you need a lot of factors to fall into place in wildlife, it doesn't mean you're going to get good images every time. The possibility of getting that one crisp, beautiful shot that you're looking for is very low. So if you come back with even 1 or 2 good images after working in those harsh conditions for days, be happy. Never complain. You need to plan the trip according to images you wish to create. I often see people looking at someone's Instagram post of a beautiful bird in the jungle and planning trip to the jungle only to find out that the image is clicked in some other season. When you imagine a composition or an image, study the background. Instead of blindly following the photographer into that particular national park, research on when was that image clicked and under what circumstances. What is the season in which that species comes to that particular forest? Find out the exact timings. Now, if you want to click this image, going to Corbett National Park in November or December won't help. Elephants indulge in dust bathing during summers, so you will have to plan a trip during that time of the year. Don't compare your work with established photographers. Very important. Never compare your work with someone who has been into this business for years. That someone might be traveling for ages, and the data bank, the images that you see today, took years to be created. Besides, everyone has a different mindset, taste, voice in photography. Everyone has their own personalities. They see things in their own ways. Also, they might be using different gears than you are, obviously. Everything matters together. You see the final result. You don't see the hard work that person poured behind getting it. So comparing your shots with somebody else, especially somebody who has been into wildlife for very long, is a bad idea. Compare your work with yourself. Don't rush into upgrading the gear. I teach people in the field, and this often happens with me, that someone would join me for the first time in the jungle, and seeing the gear others are using, they would have this urge of upgrading their own gear too. I totally understand if you have millions of dollars lying around. However, if you don't, think wisely. First, invest in a basic budget gear and find out if you like this field or not. If you have realized that you like this particular field, then use your gear to the maximum of its capabilities. Don't think of upgrading till the time you know the skill. Understand the visual language you wish to speak through your images, and wait till you feel your camera or lens is lacking the feature you necessarily need in your photography. And because of the absence of that particular feature, your work is getting affected. Subside this urge to upgrade till then. And plan. Think of renting the gear. Why I'm sharing with you is if you upgrade too soon and fail to get good shots, you fall into that trap of blaming the gear again and again. And trust me, it is a vicious circle, so stay away. Well, that is from my side. See you in the next one.